Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a watermelon themed cold process soap using real watermelon juice. Watermelon is great for your skin because it's super hydrating and it's packed full of vitamins and nutrients. In the cold process soap, the added sugars from the watermelon are going to create a big and fluffy, luxurious lather. I'm going to go ahead and place the recipe for this soap down in the description box below so you can recreate it if you like. For my patrons this week over on my Patreon campaign, I'm going to be writing up the full step-by-step written tutorial along with percentages and the formula so you can scale up or down as you like, and I'll also be placing links to where to purchase all the materials and supplies and ingredients for this soap. This month marks the 4-year anniversary since the launch of my campaign, and there's literally hundreds of recipes and tutorials for you to take advantage of just at the $5 level. I post weekly, sometimes twice weekly recipes and tutorials, and I never take anything down, so they're all there for you to take advantage of. We offer other tiers for you to take a look at and take advantage of if you like, with things like live quarterly classes, live monthly hangouts, monthly gift packages, and coupon codes to my favorite suppliers, which include makesy.com and onlinelabels.com right when you sign up, making your sign up very well worth it. Thank you to everyone who has pledged so far, and if you haven't, I'll place the link in the description box below here for you. I hope that you come over and check it all out. We have a community of almost 3,000 makers now, and it's been an excellent, wonderful experience. All right, let's make some watermelon cold process soap. So for this soap, we are replacing the liquid with 100% watermelon juice. So all you're going to do is slice up some fresh watermelon, and then you're going to juice it, and you're going to take that juice and put it into some sort of ice cube mold and create watermelon ice cubes. Okay, so the first thing you need to know, since we're making cold process soap, you want to go ahead and protect your skin with gloves, long sleeves, goggles, and also long pants and closed-toed shoes. So here are my watermelon ice cubes. They're ready to pop out and weigh off for this formula. So this is going to replace the liquid in our recipe 100%. So we're not going to be using any other liquid, no water, just watermelon ice cubes. And the reason we're using ice cubes is so that our sugars and fruit don't scorch when we add the lye. Things are going to heat up when we add the lye to the ice cubes, and so we want to make sure that it's not just plain watermelon juice, because then you'll scorch it and it could get a weird smell and also discolor. So this actually has a really nice fresh watermelon smell. So we're going to go ahead and add in 16 ounces of watermelon ice cubes. Now I am making this soap with a 10% water discount, a 10% liquid discount, I guess I should say, just to make it easier to pop out of the mold. All right. All right, so the next thing we're going to do now is just go ahead and slowly add our lye crystals over the top of this watermelon ice cube. So you want to do this a little bit slowly. Let me go ahead and get my goggles on. You want to go ahead and start adding it slowly to the watermelon ice cubes. That way we're not scorching or heating up the watermelon too quickly. So this is already pre-measured off. It's 7.95 ounces of lye. And right away you'll see it starts to melt those cubes down and heat up our solution. So we're just going to be making a lye and watermelon solution here. And actually it has a very nice fresh watermelon smell just from the fruit. I'm actually going to switch to a spatula here just to make sure I get all that lye scraped off the side and down into the watermelon. And we're just going to stir until those ice cubes are completely dissolved. All right, so the lye is completely melted down now. The ice cubes are completely melted down, and the lye solution is sitting right around 93 degrees Fahrenheit, and my oils are exactly right around 88 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and combine our lye and watermelon solution in with our oils. Now all we have here is mango butter, olive oil, palm oil, coconut oil, and sunflower oil. So this is gonna be a very balanced bar, a hard and long-lasting bar of soap with a great bubbly lather. I've got a little piece of warm mango butter down there. I'm going to go ahead and blend it up before we add in our... There we go. Okay, so now we're ready to go ahead and add in our watermelon and lye solution. Now this is a beautiful, beautiful red watermelon color all on its own, but don't get too excited. It's actually not going to stay that way. And I will show you all that as we go along. And I actually have another one that I'm going to cut for you. And I'll explain all that as we go along. But we're going to go ahead and add in this beautiful watermelon lye solution. Again, don't get too excited. Color is not going to last. So we're just stick blending this with an immersion blender on about medium speed. We're going for a medium, light to medium trace before we do anything else, and it looks like we are there. Now you can already see the color. It looks like an orangey red. However, the closer we get to trace, the more you're going to see that this will go to an orangey color. More like a flesh tone. I'll show you that. I have another batch I wanted to show you because I wanted to see exactly what the watermelon juice would do. And again, as it fully saponifies, it doesn't stay this beautiful color. It's not a bad color. I'll show you when we cut the other batch. So, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and add in some candy apple red mica because I do want to make this batch a red color. And I'm going to add 3 teaspoons right now. I may add more after the fragrance gets added in. And then we're using this beautiful watermelon fragrance oil from Candle Science, and it's the best watermelon I think I've ever used. It smells very much like a kind of like a watermelon candy. However, it also is very fresh smelling. So in goes the watermelon fragrance oil from Candle Science. This is a great one to use in soap as well because it doesn't accelerate trace and it also does not discolor your soap, and it sticks really well. It smells really good. Okay, just a little bit more. We're sitting at kind of a light trace. Okay, and that's all we're going to do for blending. And that is a really beautiful watermelon color. So what we're gonna do now is just go ahead and pour it into my mold. Now I am using a 5-pound loaf mold from brambleberry.com. It's got a silicone liner in it. It's my favorite mold to be using. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get this poured in. Smells so good. We're making a 5-pound batch. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and texture the top of this soap. I'm just using a little spatula here to kind of give it a rustic kind of look. There we go. All right. And then I'm just going to go ahead and decorate the top with a little bit of these organic poppy seeds. I got these from Nature's Garden. You can get them anywhere though. You can get them from the grocery store. Doesn't really matter. I like the color of these. So I'm going to sprinkle the top with some poppy seeds just to kind of mimic a little bit of that watermelon seed look. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and also put on some calendula petals, some dried calendula petals. Again, I want the top to just look kind of like rustic and botanical looking. It smells so good. This is a great watermelon fragrance. And then I'm also going to be placing on some blue cornflowers, dried cornflowers, just to give it a little bit more, there we go, pop of color on top. Some of these are going to fall off when we cut it, but that's okay. Then I'm just going to take my rubbing alcohol and I'm going to spritz the top for 2 purposes. I'm trying to prevent soda ash from forming on the top. Also, I'm trying to get those flower petals to really stick down to the top. So this is some 99% rubbing alcohol. Here we go. Okay. So there you go, everybody. That's how you make a watermelon cold process soap with real watermelon. Now, I want to show you a side-by-side. I'm going to cut this one for you. And I'll show you some finished pictures of the dark red one as well. So this is what it looks like when you do not add any mica. This is just the color from the actual watermelon juice after everything saponifies. So it doesn't stay that beautiful red. So I thought that was interesting because there's not a whole lot of information out there about watermelon and what happens when you put it in soap. And I wanted to make sure that you could see the difference between no colorant at all and then adding some red mica to make it a true kind of watermelon color. All right, so we're gonna allow this one to set up, but I'll bring you back to cut this one, and then I'll show you some finished pictures of that one. All right, so this is the soap that I made the other day with no added color. So again, this is not the soap that I just made. This is the soap that I made the other day with no added color. This is the color it turns out when you just use plain watermelon ice cubes and no added color after the saponification. So we're just gonna go ahead and give this soap a cut. So I'm going to turn the top down here facing me so that I don't drag the botanicals or the poppy seeds down the soap. That way we won't leave any gouge marks in the soap. There we go. And this soap did go through a gel phase. But basically that's what it looks like. We're going to go ahead and clean these bars up and stamp them. That's the top. I just decorated it exactly the same with the calendula and the blue cornflowers. All right, I'll go ahead and leave you with some pictures of the red one and this one together so that you can take a look at how they both look. So I thought I'd show you a little bit of a lather test with this scrap here. Just wanted to show you how creamy and bubbly this gets with the watermelon infusion. Isn't that such a nice, luxurious lather? It's very creamy and it doesn't take a lot to get a lot of nice, creamy, moisturizing bubbles. All right, everybody, that's how you make a real watermelon soap. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Please remember to leave some comments or questions below. That really means a lot to me. Share this video with a friend and subscribe to my channel. All right, everybody, catch you on the next video. Bye. Keep shining.